Okay.
You know, by all means grab the smoker whenever you want. So
Will do.
very ready
Will
to
do.
use it.
Yes. All right. Here we are at Mum's hives today. I'm just going to help her out as a favour, as she's a bit pushed for time. So here is Mum. Say hello, Mum.
Hello, Mum.
Haha. And yes, so you'll see that her hives are stacked nice and high. One of the things is, just as an adaptive to avoid having to lift as much, she uses a smaller brood frame than we do, and that just makes that a little bit lighter. And so yes, we're just getting down to the brood frame here. There's a lot of wooden kit and these swinties, which I like. They're just a little bit more pricey for the kind of numbers that Kate and I want to do.
But as I've got a complete mongrel mix of wooden and whatnot, the swinties match with all my old stuff.
I've done a little video before talking about my liking for swinty for that, and being quite a good transition. If you're looking to transition from wood to polystyrene, swinty is a really good answer. Okay, so just before I started filming, Mum was explaining to me, so she's looking for queen cells, and where she does this brood and a half here, the queen cells are most likely to be in this top half brood, so she doesn't actually need to work any further down, so that speeds things up quite nicely. So first one just stores in a couple of drone cells.
And a nice bit of pollen.
Oh yes. And the pollen has been properly technicolor this year as well, I've noticed. Everything's been out so well.
Ooh, queen's in here. Can you hear them groaning down there?
Oh yes, yeah. Well, she wouldn't be above the...
No, she wouldn't,
No.
but
Yes.
they're missing her already.
So it's a good point. This the noise of the buzz is something I've not talked about in videos before, so I'll just make sure I've not got my thumb over this. This groan is because they're separate from the queen. Aha! That's the reason for Mum saying a queen cup there, so we have to get rid of that to prevent swarming. And this is one of the reasons.
Look first, because they could
We look.
Okay, we will get rid of it.
Because it's
Didn't
come
mean
off,
to do that.
forced the issue there. So yeah, so Mum and I are of a similar mind with reflexively removing queen cups, because sometimes it might be that the queen cup is there because something's happened to the queen and they're bringing on a new one, so it's always worth making sure that you are queen right, seeing newly laid eggs
Actually, that was
before
an
you're doing
empty
that, but there's
anyway.
no little egg or grub in there. So where it seems like
Phew.
the swarming season, we usually get 2 weeks where all the hives are going nuts each year, and the swarming season is pretty much past us now. Certainly all of my hives have done their artificial swarming if they need to. So here's a nice frame of brood. So we're just inspecting to look for those eggs, to check that the queen is still current and in good shape. So again, I've talked about this is sort of fairly simple stuff, but so we've got on this side, this lighter colour is honey, and then you see honey in there. This biscuity colour, the browner colour, and convex like that, that's sealed brood. If I get the camera up so you can see down into there, we've got some grubs not yet sealed, still needing feeding. We might not be able to get the light, it's very difficult to get eggs on the GoPro there, but there's a nice little cluster of eggs just there.
And there's the classic brood
Yes,
pollen
there's
stores.
the rainbow shape, that is
And talking
just
of
what they're supposed
rainbow,
to do.
look at
All
that
the
one.
different colours of
Yeah.
pollen as well, lovely, yes. Yeah, that's with, and the only reason that it doesn't make it classic is very irritating where they cut little paths for themselves through the comb, which occasionally you get them on one that would otherwise be a show winner. So the local beekeeping association do the honey show each year, and one of the categories is a frame of honey, and the winner is such small imperfections. You've got a little cluster there. And yes, the winner is usually the winner because of such a tiny level of...
Nothing there.
Anything in
There
there?
is an egg in one of them.
Ah. So this hive is swarmy,
No.
potentially.
Well, I'll...
I'm not really aware of the history of your hives, so...
Well, this one
What are you
should be
calling it?
okay. She's a last year's queen, and going quite well. She's not one I've particularly bonded with. Well, you know, you look at the brood there; it's a bit spotty, and they can be a bit followy sometimes. So,
Yeah.
of all my colonies, this is the one that I've bonded with least. But I love all my bees, really.
Sorry, I will assist with some cracking of propolis. I'm not being a very good assistant beekeeper at the minute.
That's all right. I mean, I don't mind taking that egg out because there are eggs. She's still clearly laying
Yeah.
very well.
It is warm
So,
today.
you know, if for any reason they do want to go, they can.
There was
I think
some quite
it's-
nice royal jelly in the bottom of that.
There was a- it was sort of drony.
I may have been incorrect.
No, you may have been right, but it looked like a drone one. You know, unfortunately, I'm on swarm prevention at the moment because of going away.
Yes.
I prefer them to live their natural course, really. You know, I've got plenty of eggs, so no worries there.
Yeah. Yes, so the plentiful eggs suggests that the queen is in good shape. So the two reasons, just for the audience here, Mum knows this, but the two reasons that they would bring on queen cells would be one, with a view to swarm, which is just our natural life cycle. The other would be to supersede the queen if she's getting a bit old. But as Mum says, this is only a second season queen, so she, unless she'd been poorly mated last year, should be able to go the year without being superseded.
And that's very much the end of the brood nest because that's just
Yes.
pollen and whatnot, so
Lovely.
I'll stop there.
Yeah, no need to go any further with that. We'll be looking at some of the other hives as well, but just for the point of brevity, I think I'll switch the camera off now and only put on anything else onto the video if we come across any points of interest. There we go, I've just got the camera out again, because this one is a swarm that Mum's taken. It's actually filled up 2 brood boxes, so these brood boxes are a little bit smaller than ours, but still very, very good size. And because it's a new queen, a new swarm on beautiful new foundation, what is remarkable about it, and the reason that I got the camera back out, is just how lovely and clean and new all the wax and brood is. Here we go. So you just see, so again, this rainbow shape, top corners sealed nectar, and then we've got the capped brood area in the middle, and this lovely area of eggs and larvae around the outside, and the gaps here are just where they've hatched out and been replaced with a new egg. So it's lovely, really nice looking hive. Pleasure to work with. We've got the queen on this side, so she's new this year. Oh no, she wouldn't be, she'd have swarmed out.
Yes, she's last year's
Yes,
queen.
there we go. So there she is, and she is busy in here. Lovely stuff, really nice. I just put the camera away, picked out the next one after we'd seen that queen, and here we have this beautiful patch of new laid eggs. If these don't show up on the camera, they never will on this camera, and I'll have to just invest in a better one, like a few of you commenters have suggested, which I will. We got some advertising revenue checks in, and can spare it. It's beautiful. You see those tiny little white specks at the bottom of each of those cells? That's newly laid eggs this morning. The queen probably did them just before we got here. I hope that's been interesting and informative, and introduced a new dramatis personae to our tales here, and I look forward to seeing you again in the next video. Take care.